What's up everyone, I'm Colby Cheese. This is going to be my guide for hardcore in Act 2 of Path of Exile. And this is actually an act that can be a little bit confusing for newer players because there are two different directions you can go at the start. You'll see that I've actually decided to go north. This is my method of choice because there are a lot of areas in the north that are fairly easy and good to farm up some levels, whereas if you go south, some of the areas there can be a little bit more difficult. So we'll head up this way, just follow the road as much as possible, try not to stray too far off. You may find a cave around here which has an optional quest. You may decide to actually go ahead and do this if you're a little bit low on items because you do get a rare belt from completing the quest. So if you would like, go ahead and do that, otherwise just skip it and head out to the crossroads area. And once you get to the crossroads, just basically killing everything on your way on the road without deviating too much, you're going to find a waypoint there at the crossroads. And from that waypoint, the road splits up 3 different directions. Now, your main quest is going to tell you to go to the left, and you don't really want to do that right away because it's a fairly difficult area, especially if you're only, and you should be probably only on like 15 to 19 when you hit there. So I prefer to actually go down to the east to an area called Fellshire Ruins. And once you get to Fellshire Ruins, this is a good place to grind up a few levels. If you've gotten here really early, you can get a couple of levels here. On my character, I'm actually playing a Fireball Templar, which has been fairly effective. I thought it would be a little bit weaker just because I had no way to slow down mobs, but I'm doing a lot of damage. As you see, I can kill stuff really fast with both Firestorm and with Fireball and Fire Trap. So that seems to have been working out for me quite well. In any case, I just run through Fellshire, once again following the road until I get to the very end and find the church dungeon. Now this is actually an optional quest area as well, and I almost never do this because you just get 2 respec points, and once again, a lot of these enemies in here will do elemental damage, and unless you have a lot of elemental resistances, this can be kind of difficult, so I just stick to Fellshire for leveling for now. Once you get to around level 19 at least, or possibly 20, go ahead and hit that waypoint, go back to town, and then go the south direction so that you can hit the little river path here. And this is kind of an area that there's a zone you can't get to yet until you complete 2 other quests. So you're basically just going to be trying to run through, kill the enemies on your way if necessary, but try not to spend too much time here. And just once you find the next zone, it's going to be called the Dark Forest. Head down until you find the waypoint, and once you find the waypoint to Dark Forest, look for the area that has cobwebs everywhere as if spiders just took over, and rain down some fire on their faces until you get to the entrance to the Weaver's Cave, I guess is what it's called. And inside of here, you're going to actually be doing a quest that gives you a pretty good skill gem, a support gem for most classes. But this is going to be the first area that's actually kind of difficult, so you need to take it a little bit slow. If you have some way to summon like zombies or skeletons, this would be a good time to have those up because there are flicker striking mobs here like the Pirate's Cave back in Act 1. And if you find a pack of blue spiders that do extra damage, you can definitely die here. In fact, I was leveling with a friend and he died in this cave because he wasn't expecting the damage. You see there, I took a lot of hits just from those few spiders, so I had to run back. The best way to do it is if you find those spiders that are blue and they start doing damage to you, just run back as far as you can and spam your potions. And if you get really low, just push escape and then hit log out so you can save yourself. Now once you get the big spider, the Weaver there, just take him down. He does hit kind of hard, but just kite him if necessary or just blast him down as fast as possible before you run out of potions and you should be fine. Grab the Malagaro's Spike and then head into the Western Forest, which is connected to Dark Forest. Now you're gonna keep looking around the area, just basically follow the road down all the way, and if you get the waypoint before you get to the end, that's fine. I did here, but I'm gonna go ahead and head to the end of the road, and at the end of the road, there are a pack of mobs that hit harder than the rest of them in the area. In fact, this area is kind of dangerous if you come too early or if you don't have the right damage or health, for example, because there are these purple guys that will run up and explode on you. So usually what you want to do is run up to the purple guys and then run away because they'll try and explode, but then they won't do damage to you because you've already gotten out of range. And anyways, kill the captain guy. There's going to be a little quest thing you can click on, and then head in here, and you should be high enough level. If you're at least level 21, you should be able to kill Alira. Generally, if you try and help her, she just gives you like some mana or something, so it's not very useful to help her out. So just take her down. She does like a corpse explosion, so really all you have to do is just stay away from the corpses that you kill and then take her down, dodge her wands if you have to. But at level 21, you should be okay if you've built enough HP. Now, right now I'm in the Chamber of Sins, which is that area I was telling you about that I like to skip for now. The hardest part about this is that you're going to need lightning resist, because those little guys that shoot sparks everywhere will do lots of lightning damage, and then this little boss here that you have to fight does a lightning strike, which will hit you pretty hard. But if you have sufficient lightning resist, it's not going to be too much of an issue. Just stack health, stack lightning resist, and you should be able to get through the zone. In fact, I actually run through most of the areas that have the lightning mobs just because I don't want to risk fighting them and dying. So kite this boss around enough to kill him. I took him out pretty quickly because my fireball is putting burning damage on him, and it's hitting pretty hard. Once you grab that baleful gem from the altar after killing the boss, you should have both of your quest items. So you'll head back to that first zone, and you can open up that tree that is blocking the area, and you'll run through the Val Ruins. Once you are in the Val Ruins, most of the mobs here are really slow and they don't hurt so bad, but there are some snakes that shoot chaos damage, and chaos damage will actually pierce through your energy shield and go straight to your health. So if you're building an energy shield this early, it's a really bad idea. I always recommend going armor and health for all of normal difficulty, even if you are a mage or a caster, because you don't get very good energy shield items, and you don't get a lot of the passives that increase your energy shield until later. So that is a good bit of advice for surviving most of hardcore or even normal mode. Just build lots of health and armor. It's really simple. And once you get through the Val Ruins, you have to open up that seal, of course. It's real scary. But once you get through, this zone can be kind of difficult as well. You have to basically attack and move and then attack and move, because there's a lot of those venom-spitting snakes. And if you get a rare pack of those guys, they could take you down really fast if you're not being careful. So for the most part, this is actually a good zone to farm if you're able to kill stuff safely. But if not, just do your best to look for the waypoint. Once again, here, there's an enemy called Oak here. And in fact, on a lot of my characters, I actually help him for the 40 HP. But since I'm playing a caster this time, I want as many skill points as possible. I'm going to go ahead and kill him. And I'll show you the wrong way to do it right now. So a lot of people get scared of Oak because he does do a lot of damage, and they'll kind of kite him around. They'll attack once, and they'll run. They'll attack, and they'll run. And that can sometimes be effective. But in this particular case, it's not going to work out, and I'll show you why. Because you'll be able to get like one attack off or whatever, but he's going to jump on you and do damage anyways, and you're going to just run out of potions. And the problem is, if you try and teleport back to town, it resets the fight, and you have to do it all over again anyways. So I'm trying to show you right now, like, kiting him and like raising up zombies so that he'll focus the zombies. But overall, I'm not doing a lot of damage to him, and I'm just going to run out of potions. So let me just speed it up here. And I'm going to do the fight normally how I like to do it on pretty much all my characters. For the most part, if you're at least like level 21 to 24 in this area, which is pretty much where you should be at this point if you're playing safe, then you should be able to just use your main damaging ability, constantly on him while spamming your potions. If you get like around half health, then just push a potion and walk away for a little bit, and then go back to full DPS mode on him. And I'm just going to stand there, shoot him in the face with a fireball, and he's eventually going to die. So whenever he gets when that thing above his head, you can't do damage to him. It's like invulnerability, so just wait a little bit. And here we go once again, just spam a few fireballs. I think I crit him right there, and so he went down really fast. Now the last guy is in Broken Bridge, and so you can go back to Crossroads, head north, and then once you get to the end of the road, you'll find Creighton. I always save this guy for last. He's really annoying. He does a flicker strike onto you. So what I do is at the start of the fight, I'll run to the left and kill all of his adds, and I'll try and have zombies up so he flicker strikes to them. But overall, at that level, he's not too hard. If you do him earlier, he's a lot more difficult. So go back to River Crossings, which is where you killed Oak, and head into the actual area with the waterfall cave and everything. Walk through there. The only thing about that one is there's some bears that do some chaos damage over time, but overall it's a pretty easy zone. I don't even have footage of that one. But right now I'm in the Ancient Pyramid, and this place is very dangerous. I actually did lose a hardcore character here because I wasn't paying attention. I was playing a melee, and I went into an area, and there's lightning, fire, and cold mobs here. And the most dangerous for most champions is the cold mobs. And if there's like a rare pack that hits hard, that's what's going to kill you. So if you run into some cold mobs, either skip them or shoot them from range. But anyways, once you get to the end, the altar here, that's where the boss comes out. You need to do a gear check. Make sure you have maxed lightning resist if possible and as much fire as you can. His lightning beam does, well, lightning damage, and his auto attack does a ton of physical, and it also does a lot of fire damage. I got one shot by him on a guy who had lots of armor, but I didn't have enough fire resist because I didn't realize that at the time. So equip some lightning rings if you need more lightning resist. Put on fire rings if possible. If you have some equipment that doesn't have health on it, use orbs of alteration until you get at least some kind of decent health stat, and that'll help your gear out just a bit. So get as much health as possible. I'm only at 500 here, but since I'm a ranged character, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna make this fight look pretty trivial, but you'll be able to see his lightning beam hit me. And the thing about the lightning beam is it will always shock stack you. And what shocks does is it makes all further attacks do more damage to you. So if you get hit by his lightning beam once, don't let it hit you again because it's gonna do even more damage. So you should usually be able to survive that lightning beam, especially in normal mode with max lightning resist. Just play it safe and be careful, and you should be okay. There you go. I got hit with lightning beam like twice. It did quite a bit of damage, even though I maxed lightning resist. So if I had not magic, or if I didn't have max lightning resist, I might have actually been two-shot there. Who knows? Anyways, it's not too bad as long as you play it safely, and if you're a melee, you just have to really watch out for his auto attack. It will most likely one-shot you unless you have like 1,000 HP. But overall, guys, that is it for Act 2. I tried to make this video as short as possible. I know it's a pretty long act, but follow those steps there. You should get through it fairly safely. The main rule of thumb is don't go into a zone unless you are about a level or two above it if you're trying to play safe. Now, for me, I usually rush through stuff and I get through it a little bit under-leveled, so you just have to know your own limits. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be doing Act 3 a little bit later. Sorry, this one took longer to come out. I had some corrupted video issues. But alright, that's it for now. This is Colby Cheese. Peace out.